Woo, baby! I just saw episode 27 of Love Island Season 7, Love Island USA Season 7, and we got a lot to talk about. So, on today's episode, the Islanders find out what America thinks, me included, and you included if you're watching this. So, before we got into that, we see everybody talking about last night's postcard game and everything that happened, and Olandria is telling Clark, be careful because he can change his mind in a split second. It can be done to you in a split second. What? No, it can't. I needed Alondria to understand that it wasn't that he changed his mind. It wasn't that it was something spur of the moment. He just wasn't into you from the beginning, baby girl. I'm sorry, but he just was not into you. And so, no, of course, anything can happen with Clark, but he is actually into Clark. That's why he's finally standing on business, and he stood on business with the postcard game, because he is into her. Nonetheless, then we go into another scene where her and Shelly talking, and she's like, oh no, now it's done. Oh, I hope it's done. Oh, and then Alondria's like, you wanted to show off in front of your boys and stand on business in front of your boys. No, he just wanted to stand on business so you can wake the fuck up. Then we have Huda feeling like she's getting stabbed in the back by everybody. Then we got the guys talking about they don't agree with Amaya's crying all the time. Let that girl be emotional if she want to be. It's not her fault she's into everything that she's into, and you ain't. Like, if someone is whether it's they're putting all their eggs in a basket, or they're liking someone really quickly, or whatever the case may be, that is her right to feel that way. And if she wants to get emotional about it, whether it's 2 days or 15 days, she has a right to that. So you can't tell her that she can't get emotional about something. So miss me with all that bullshit. So then we find out who wrote the postcard saying to Pepe, it's clear that you like Hannah more than Grayson, which was Huda, because she's telling Chris while they are canoodling in the bed. And she's like, don't tell nobody, but everybody's basically calling me pussy for saying that everybody's mad at me, which everybody was mad at her. But I don't get why. Like, this is what I don't get, and it seems to only happen with Huda. Like, she wrote that, but everybody else was writing mean shit too, or stuff being real up front, whatever the case may be. So why, when it's her, is pussy ass shit, and why is it wrong, and why is it mean? Because she wrote it. When y'all wrote some off the wall shit your damn self. And it's been a couple of instances where Huda has done something and they're acting like with the Ace and Shelly situation, and Huda kissing him in the challenge, and it's just a challenge, and they're causing an issue. Meanwhile, other people in the house have kissed other people's lovers, because that's loosely termed here, relationship partner. But it's a problem. It's more of a problem when it comes to Huda. I'm not understanding that. I'm not feeling it. It ain't right. Like, I saw a lot of stuff on social media today saying how you need to extend some grace for Shelly and Olandria. Like, y'all gave grace for everybody else, but when it comes to them, y'all ain't giving no grace. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because everybody in this house yo, I be acting like I'm in the house. Sorry, I got upset. I felt like I was in the house and those were my people in the villa. But everybody in the villa has been dragged through the mud on social media. And if we really want to keep it 100, Huda has been dragged the most, down to people saying they want her child to be taken from her from CPS. Like, I saw some off the wall shit about everybody in Love Island. So you cannot say that everybody else is getting great, but Olandria and Shelly are not. No, don't be mad because they did shit wrong and they're getting dragged, rightfully so. Everybody else got dragged, so they should be getting dragged as well. That's my piece on it. So then everybody wakes up the next day, and it's almost as if we're still in yesterday. Everybody's somber and mad and sad. Huda's already crying in the bed before she even brushed her damn teeth. Ace brought Shelly breakfast, but he brought it in a way like life was about to end in 2 hours. Not even, because if life was ending in 2 hours, they would probably be on better terms. But he brought that breakfast like, here, you're welcome, and then walked away. Like, Yo, I'm like, everybody snapped the fuck out of it. It was just a damn game. But I do get it. All right, I'm going to give them some grace. You know, I would probably be upset too, depending on all the stuff people were saying about me. So, Olandria and Huda have a chat. And Huda's like, how you going to be on girl code and sisterhood and still kiss Chris when, what the are you talking about, Alandria? You is the last person who should be talking about sisterhood, girl code when you kiss Nick outside of a challenge. And y'all even talked about possibly exploring what y'all could be. So where the hell was the sisterhood and girl code with that? Miss me with the bullshit. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So then Zach with a K pulls Amaya for a chat. And it was so funny because everybody in the villa is like, oh my God, look, oh no, that's not going to be anywhere. Everybody's like side-eyeing and eating their popcorn and shit. So Zach starts off, saying, I felt uncomfortable that first night that we kissed, but I did it anyway, but I should have told you so that you knew our boundaries. And Amaya's like, basically like, you are not an honest man. Fuck you. Fuck off. And she walked off. She was like, I don't even want to hear your voice no more. And I feel her, but I also respected him for saying that, like he wasn't saying it in a bad way. He was like, I should have just given you my boundaries on night one. But she wasn't trying to hear that. And I mean, it is what it is. That's what happens when you're mad in this house. Sometimes you don't get a chance to give your piece. Same thing with Shelly not giving Huda a chance to talk the first night or the second day, It is what it is, and it happens. So then Grayson and Pepe are talking, and she's like, you just knew Hannah for 9 days, and you telling me you had that strong connection? Or maybe she said that in the confessional, whatever. She said it. And it's like, girl, who cares if he had a strong connection with Hannah in 2 days, in 2 hours? That is his experience, and you can't be mad at it. And you can't be mad that he might still have some lingering feelings there, because you can't just turn feelings off in a day, especially if they're real feelings. Hello? Is that not what this is about? To find real love on this show? Even though we know it's a game and we know it might not be a real love, but I'm just saying. And, Pepe's telling her, look, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling no sparks. He's being honest with her. And she's not happy about it. She's like, he wants to feel some damn explosions. I don't know if she was telling that to the girls or to him. But, I mean, you can't be mad, Grayson. Like, he's just not into you. At least he's telling you. He ain't stringing you along for 3 weeks like Taylor strung Alandria along. So just take it and kind of move on, baby. And unfortunately, you're going to have to move on. But more about that later. Then Amaya and Brian talk. And they're so funny because they both have this like, yeah, thank you for sticking up for me. And I really appreciate it. And he's like, yeah, I felt like I had to stick up for you because that's just how we do. I don't know. They have this long, drawn out, whatever. But I hope they explore a little bit, Brian's a free agent. She's technically a free agent. So why not explore and see maybe something could happen there. Then finally we get the conversation between Huda and Shelly. And Shelly again with the, I just felt like you were saying it's for both of us, but really it's for you, it's not for me. And Huda basically took accountability yet again and said it was for both of us. It wasn't just for me because I knew you wanted to explore this situation, but I also wanted to get to know him as well. So that's why I brought him back. And she said, but I apologize. She took accountability again. Did I say accountability? Not me talking like Amaya now. Lord. What did she say? Gratitually. I love Amaya, yo. I love Amaya. I love you, girl. Don't take what I'm saying to heart. I'm acting like she's going to watch this. But anyway, so Huda took accountability again and apologized and said, whatever. And Shelly took accountability as well. And she said, in the confessional, she said, I saw her mind and her heart, and I felt like it was genuine and real. So she apologized as well. So she's like, it's probably going to take some time to get us to where we were before, but I'm willing to try and do that. So I thought that was nice. They came together, sisterhood again. And, it was a misunderstanding. And finally, Shelly was able to see that. So that was cool. So then comes the craziness, which was Hate to Burst Your Bubble game, where America told the Islanders how they felt. And as you know, if you know, because you might have voted on the app for different categories, I wrote them down because I'm probably not going to remember, and I don't want to be trying to remember in this review. So Love Island asked a series of questions on the app, which would be rated from most to least. So for instance, the most and least genuine Islander. So the boys said the least genuine was Taylor. The girls said it was Zach, but America said it was Taylor. So for the most genuine, the guys said Nick, and the girls said Elin, but America said Pepe. So then it goes to least and most boyfriend material. So America chose Ace for 8th place, which is right before the last, and Taylor for worst. Well, after Ace, he's the least boyfriend material, and for the best, most boyfriend material, it was Pepe. So then it goes to the most and least trustworthy person in the villa, and it goes girls picked Shelly for most trustworthy and Huda for least trustworthy. Then the boys picked Jaden for most trustworthy and Huda for least trustworthy. But America voted Amaya for most trustworthy and Clark for least least trustworthy. Then we go to most genuine person in the villa. The girls chose Alandria for most and Clark for least. The boys chose Alandria for most and Adriana for least. But America, we the people, voted for Amaya for the most genuine person. Go Amaya! I didn't get to vote for this category, interestingly enough. I only voted for most favorite boy and girl. So America voted most genuine was Amaya and least genuine was Clark. So then the moment we are waiting for, the last question for America was to vote for your favorite and least favorite Villa boy and Villa girl. And the one with the least amount of votes would be in danger of going home right now, like during the game. And so they had 3 girls and 3 boys with the least amount of votes that had to go up to the front. And those were, for the girls, it was Jaden, Grayson, and Adrina. And for the boys, it was Austin, TJ, and Taylor. Now, I will say, yesterday's episode, when I put the review, I think I said I need Taylor to go home. Well, I basically said I need everybody to go home at this point. Just give Amaya the money and let her win solo. But I was like, send Taylor home. But now watching these 3 up there, I'm like, ooh, I felt bad for Iris. Like, she genuinely had the most connection with someone. Well, I guess Taylor did have a connection with Clark. He's standing on business with her, so I guess. So then Ariana says, the Islanders have a chance to keep 1 out of the 6 safe. So one by one, they have to go up and stand behind who they want to keep safe. Whew. And I wrote it down because, listen, it's a lot to remember. So, Clark goes behind Taylor, of course, naturally. Why wouldn't she? Brian goes behind Jaden. I was I don't know, was surprised. No, I wasn't surprised because he doesn't really have a connection with nobody. So, I was just like, okay. Pepe went behind Taylor and says sorry to TJ. I'm like, wow. I kind of thought he would stay behind Grayson just because, even though he's not into her, they, had some sort of try to make a connection, so that's an extended friend. You would just want to keep her safe just because you knew her a little better. But then again, I guess he does know Taylor more. Yeah, they were more cool, boy. Yeah, all right, whatever. So then Elin stands behind Grayson. Interesting. Olandria stands behind Austin, and she's like, my bestie. I didn't really know that they were besties. Did you? Let me know in the comments, because maybe I missed that. I mean, I know they were cool, but I don't know. Huda stands behind Adriana. Interesting. Chris stood behind Jaden. Amaya stood behind Adriana. I figured most of the girls would stand behind most of the girls. But anyway, Shelly stood behind Adriana. Nick stood behind Taylor, of course. And So this was the point where I was like, ooh, I kind of want Taylor to stay, because at first I wanted him to go home in the previous review, but in this moment I'm like, nah, it's still an element of, because now he's standing on business with Clark, and now Alondria has to see it and try to navigate her way around and try to get a connection with someone. So I'm like, this is good for TV, so now I want him to stay at this point. So Ace stands behind Taylor. Ciara, so Ciara's the last one. So she could basically make or break this. She could make a tie or just essentially pick the winner of who's going to be. Because some of them already had, someone had 4, which I think was Taylor, and some had 3. So if she went to the 3, it could have been a tie. But if she go behind Taylor, he wins. So at that point, Iris is crying, and I'm like, oh no, I feel bad. But even if Ciara goes behind TJ, there's still not enough. That would only make him have 3, I think. 4. No, 3. Yeah. So, whatever. She goes behind Taylor. I'm like, wow. So basically that leaves Jaden, Adrina, TJ, Austin, and Grayson, who have to leave tonight. So, that, goodbye. I don't really care. Adrina was boring. She didn't really bring nothing. It's like, she brought something that first night because it was like, ooh, bombshell, hot bombshell, but she's like boring. I feel bad, but yeah, no, she's not good. At least not for TV, I should say. You know what I mean? For TV, you need to have that spice, that sazon. Grayson was boring as well. They didn't really bring nothing. Jaden, I could care less. Austin, yeah, I don't care. But hey, at least Jaden and Austin got each other. I wonder if they're going to continue this relationship outside of the villa, or if Jaden was just doing it to try to win. Sometimes you don't know with some of these people. And then TJ was a little blah too, but I liked him with Iris. They grew on me. In the beginning, I didn't care. I could care less about them, but they kind of grew on me, so I felt bad. But I mean, Taylor stayed. So now shit is getting real. Shit is getting spicy. A lot of people thought Shelly and Alondria might be leaving. Like, I saw a lot of comments and stuff on social media, but that doesn't always mean anything when you see a lot of certain things. Secretly, people are voting for other. I voted for Huda and Pepe for favorite girl and boy. I mentioned that on the last review. But anyway, so yeah, this review is over. This show was kind of tame compared to other episodes. But I'm excited to continue this journey with Love Island. Boy, listen, this show is crazy. I'm not as stressed as I've been other nights, so I'm kind of glad about that. This was a pretty fast review. But let me know if you agree with the people who went home, or you think someone else should have left. And do you agree that Taylor should have been the saved one, or he should have been one of the ones to go home? Keep the conversation going in the comments, and I'll talk to you on the next review. Peace. Or in the comments, actually.